Hello, dear guys. Welcome to another episode of Studying Major Tarot Arcanas. And today's episode is going to be dedicated to the seventh major arcana, the Chariot. We spoke in previous lessons about how to determine your archetype. And one of the easiest ways to determine is it's as simple as your date of birth. But all of us have more than one archetype. There is a special algorithm how to calculate your another archetype, which will be another predominant feature of your character and your extra skill, extra ability. But one of the simple ways is your date of birth. There are 22 major arcana, so there are 22 archetypes. How to be for people who are born from the 23rd and up. There is also an algorithm how to calculate it, which I teach on the course. But if your birthday is from the 1st to 22nd, then consequent number will match the archetype. And every single archetype is your signature feature, is how you will be read in society, is how you will, what kind of vibe you will be radiating no matter where you go. So people of number 7, from my observation, always emanate the vibe of a very fast pacing, exciting life events surrounding them no matter where they go, where they live, what they do. It seems like they're always very fast. Oftentimes people notice that there are some friends that we all have that you never know where they are. Today they're in one country, tomorrow they're in another country, or visiting some other places, or they had one job but then all of a sudden they switch to another kind of location, and they can have a lot going on for them. So people who are born in number 7, they don't like to sit still. They definitely like to move. And the Chariot right here is the representation of the vehicle. This is another proof that tarot comes all the way from ancient Egypt. You see, that's like that kind of Egyptian headpieces these two so-called sphinxes slash horses are wearing, which chariot was also the method of transportation for people of the higher ranges of society, upper class. They were commuting via using the chariot, where the chariot itself was ruling that particular vehicle, right? And the setting it to the destination by um, forcing their power and kind of like knowing how to navigate that vehicle. This same principle works with the archetype chariot. Archetype chariot is that motion, it's that machine, like a fast pacing machine or race car that moves you very fast in life, but it requires the chariot to be aware of where he or she is going, why they're going there, and having ready that idea that no matter what, I'm gonna get there anyways. If there are gonna be any detours, if there's gonna be any change of plans along the way, that's okay, because life happens and there is a lot of interesting surprises that await us at every corner. But no matter what, these people who channel the archetype chariot and who represent it, they are always very goal oriented, and no matter what surprises, like I mentioned, life throws at them, they always find a way to get back on their track. And their amount of the focus that they have is a very powerful and big amount, because focus, it's everything you need in order to practice mental exercises, mental powers, spiritual powers, magic powers, if you will. They're all based on the same basic fundamental principle, which is the principle of focus. When your mind is not focused and it swings from left to right, from one thought to another, you're never able to gather and harness that energy and move it into direction of whatever is that direction of yours you need. But when you can focus straight on one point, all the power and all the energy you can gather and it indicates in one direction, that's when you can actually make the move and achieve your goal. Under a lot of same principle describes, that's how a lot of vehicles work. We're not going to get deep into mechanics here. We're going to get into mechanics of understanding tarot cards, major arcanas, and the archetypes as well. This archetype represents the energy of Mars. Masculine energy, Martian energy, is built upon the principle of action. Mars doesn't like to sit still and wait and attract as Venus would do, right? Energy of Venus, a feminine principle, will be waiting, will be receiving, will be attracting. But energy of Mars will, in its harmonious manifestation, will be going for it. It will be putting an effort in the outside world in order to achieve something, whatever the subject of the goal is. This is masculine and feminine polarity, and the reason why I attach masculine and feminine, or Mars or Venus, if we refer to the planetary alignment to these two energies, are also representing the fact that we have black and white. In a classic Rider-Waite, this would be black and white. Two horses, so-called two sphinxes horses, they always represent masculine, feminine. Masculine is positive, it's white, it's bright, it's the energy of sun, it's the energy of motion and movement. Feminine is negative, it's in a way not negative, in a bad way, in a way that there are two magnetic forces. When one is plus, other one is minus, that's when they can complement each other for the very reasons of their difference, right? So anyways, feminine polarity will be of the color of the darker spectrum colors. It would be black, it would be representing the night, it would be ruled by the moon, it would have completely different principle, and it would be also a creative force. Masculine principles will be based on rational and logical and analytical abilities of perceiving and dealing with the information, whilst feminine polarity will be doing exactly the opposite. It will be having the creative perspective on how to gather and process the information. But when those two are combining, those two are representing two hemispheres of the brain, which have creative and logical, and when they are aligning together, it creates a very, very amazing genius synergy, where a lot of genius ideas can come to mind, and the manifestation of those ideas will be possible and very quickly. Like this, really, manifestation was going to happen very quickly, because Chariot people are very fast on making their decisions. They don't wait until they gather XYZ to start a business. They don't have even the third of what they need, but they have the audacity and they have the desire. And when they want something, you just do it. Like Nike, just do it. And they don't know it's going to work, it's not going to work, or what if, maybe it's not going to work, maybe I'm not going to have enough money, or maybe I'm not going to have enough connections or ability to sell it, whatever it is. But they do have that impulse, that natural impulse that wants them to, that makes them want to do something with their life, that makes them want to get up in the morning from the bed, if you will. So a chariot also, in spreads, it oftentimes represents a movement. If you ask the question, depending on the nature of the question, of course, we always have to go from the question in order to be able to read the cards. But if the question was in regards to something, yes or no, the chariot is definitely saying yes, 100% yes, 100%. There's going to be a change and the movement in your scenario. And I'll show you another version of non-classic. I usually analyze the classic Rider-Waite for the glyphs. Main glyphs here were analyzed previously, but now we're going to take a look at the designer. A beautiful variation of the Chariot archetype. This lady is sitting on like a magic carpet, and instead of the two horses, it's like a chess pieces, the parts of the game chess. The horse, it's the representation of the movement, or the the knight, or the somebody who is in charge of that particular method of transportation that was so popular back in the days. People were commuting on horses. It was like our cars that we are using nowadays. We're driving cars. Back in the days, people were driving the horses. And this also, it has this black and white polarity that we emphasize a lot on this lesson. and some beautiful night silhouette of the night city with palms, which looks like a warmer country. I really like this card. I think it's really beautiful, and the moon and everything makes it very magnetic. Creative force of this archetype is very powerful as well. It has a lot of creative energy that comes with it. People with number seven is a very mystical, very magical number. A lot of things in this universe are connected to number seven, and we cannot not emphasize it. Like there are seven colors in the rainbow. There is 7 days in a week. If I'm not mistaken, there are seven notes in the octave in the music, but I might be wrong. I'm not a musician, but drop in the comments what other seven things in the universe um, are interestingly coinciding. If you know anything else, I would be glad to read about it, and I would be very happy to read how was your experience with tarot cards. If you ever gotten a tarot cards reading, I emphasize a lot in our lessons, and people who are part of the archetypal psychology course are not only walking away with the ability to read and make spreads with tarot cards and different other oracle cards like lenormand cards, which are is a French with a French author and made specifically for reading their situation in regards to relationships. But also tarot cards can be very healing, very therapeutic. A lot of people happen to have misconceptions, which I unveil in the video why people are scared of tarot. The link will be down below for those who are interested. And it's very amazing to get a fast pace development nowadays, because nowadays, no matter what career you have, no matter what vocation you have, your job can be absolutely nothing to do with esoterics, with astrology, with psychology, with tarot, with numerology. None of that uh, you know new age sciences. But even if your job has nothing to do with it, it would be so beneficial for you to have that amazing skill. You will have ability to read the Akashic records, that the space above earth, that space we live in, and it will help you tremendously in making important decisions in life. You will not have to rely on somebody else. You will be able to channel that information yourself. And I emphasize a lot the importance of being a clean vessel, meaning have the enough power of will and perform austerities in form of refusing from bad habits, so you can actually channel pure information. And there is a lot of other secrets that are discovered and described by every single lesson on the course. And so far, my students leave me a lot of positive feedback. So I invite everybody who is interested to be a part of our amazing school, our amazing community. Um, I will be so glad if you guys will be enrolling in the course and joining everybody else. The course consists of 40 lessons. They're video lessons, and they are totally up to you. I will never put in any kind of like any borders or any deadlines for you. I think that if you purchase something like this of the intellectual nature, it should be yours forever, just like a book on the shelf, so you can always come back to it whenever you need to refresh your memory, or maybe you forgot some features of the certain archetype. You go back to it real quick, you listen to it one more time, and then there you go, your memory is refreshed. So back to what I was saying in the beginning, not only you will be able to help yourself and your friends and your family, you will also gather an amazing, cool, extra source of income, because tarot is so popular nowadays, and its popularity only gonna grow, mark my words. So if you haven't started diving into this beautiful world yet, I highly recommend you to start. And since it's Thanksgiving season, and we're moving towards the end of the year, I decided that I will be granting a special discount to all of my students, new ones who want to start this journey with me. All the details down below, and please don't hesitate to share this video with like-minded friends who are fascinated by the world of tarot just like I am. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on another video. Bye guys.